Hey y'all, and welcome to today's video. I'm very excited because we are going to play with and swatch the new Glaminatrix Cosmetics Nearly Natural palette. Very excited about this one. I want to swatch it. I want to create a look. I want to just, have some fun with makeup. And if you are new here, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. Shimmer, glitter, playing with palettes, we are here for it. So if that sounds good to you, I do hope that you will subscribe before you leave today because I upload lots of new videos every single week. But I'm super excited to play with this palette, so let's jump into it. Y'all, this palette is from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. They did send me this palette and I'm so excited about that because I really love the brand. I have other videos with their palettes here on my channel. You can definitely check those out. So I was super excited when they asked me if they could send me this one. Now, the cover of this palette was designed by the incredibly talented Doodles by the Bunny. Y'all should definitely follow her on Instagram. And this is a neutral palette. Look at the inside. I'm going to show you a close-up of this palette before I touched it, before I swatched it, before I dipped my fingers into it, all of that so that you can see what it looks like. We have a 15-pan palette. 7 of the shades are matte. 8 of the shades are either shimmer, metallic, sparkly shades, something like that. We have a nice big mirror in this palette, and I really like this because the color story to me is giving neutrals with a little bit of a twist. So we do have an olive green in here. We kind of have pinky mauve tones here. I like that. We have our neutral shades, our brown shades, kind of cool tone shades over here, but we also have, like I said, those mauve and olive tones that I think make this palette really fun. Now, I actually posted a video yesterday where I used this palette. I did like a first impression with it, so definitely check that video out if you want to see a look, my first impression with it. I posted that yesterday, so you can definitely check that out. But I wanted to do this palette its own video because I want to swatch it. I'll insert the swatches for you now. I love swatching palettes. I think it's so fun to see the color story kind of laid out, swatched out on the arm. I just have fun swatching shadows, and I know a lot of y'all think it's really helpful too. So I wanted to make this video. I wanted to do a second look with this palette. I wanted to show you the swatches, and I really just want to play with this palette again. Glaminatrix is an indie brand. Indie brand means independently owned brand. So it's not owned by a large parent company, which I love. I love supporting independently owned businesses here at my channel. So I'm so excited to be talking about this palette again. I am going to prime my eyes. I'm going to use my MAC Paint Pot in the shade Layin' Low. I am going to zoom y'all in and we are going to play with this palette. Okay, my eyes are primed and ready for shadow. I want to do kind of like 2 different colors in the crease. I want to first go in, let's see. I want to go in kind of with this cool tone taupey shade, almost gray, and then I want to go into this more olive tone. So this one is called Nothing to See, and then this one right here is called Down to Earth. So I'm going to apply these. I'm going to first take this BK Beauty brush. This is a 202, and I want to put that kind of cool tone matte right in here. Oh, that's really pretty. I had a really good time the first time I used this palette. Again, you can definitely watch that video. I'm testing a bunch of new products, and I kind of give my first impression on this palette, and I absolutely loved my look. And this cool tone shade is really beautiful. It's super pigmented, but still super blendable. So I'm definitely into that. Now, I will put a link to this palette down below. It is sold out right now, but they do have like a thing you can click to sign up to be notified of the restock, which I think is super nice. So definitely check the description box if you're interested. Or maybe you want to shop your stash, see what you have, kind of get ready with me, or recreate a look similar to this. Either way, I want to create something really fun and pretty because we've got some really beautiful neutral shades to work with. So I'm just buffing this in, just spending time blending. I'm not in a rush, so I'm just taking my time, making sure that shade is buffed in. Remember, we can always go back and blend later too. Like, don't get so bogged down with your makeup where you feel like, you know, it has to be perfect, perfect, perfect. First of all, we should just be having a good time with our makeup. But also, like, you can always go back and blend. And a lot of times I like to get the shadows, like the colors placed where I want them, and then I can blend later on. But look at how beautiful that olive tone is. So this is a REPHR 01 brush, and I'm just kind of packing this on the outer half of like my crease, but I'm also gonna bring it down around. See, I'm kind of like patting it on, lash line, and then up, and then I'll go and buff it out in just a minute. But right now, I just want to get the pigment on. So just like this, packing, 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 and then I'll go back and blend. Okay, once I have that shade, whoops, how I want it, I am going to go and kind of buff these out. I'm taking a 202 from BK Beauty, and we're gonna go in just a little bit to this shade down here called Simplicity. So I'm just gonna run this along the edge, kind of right up here. So I'm just gonna buff right here, use this as kind of like a blending shade, looping it around to make sure we don't really have any harsh lines or anything like that. Okay, so far both of those shades are looking so beautiful. Very happy about that because I expect great mattes from Glaminatrix. So they do mattes, well, they do shadows very well. But I want to take this REPHR 03 brush, and we're going to go into Naturally, this really beautiful shade up here that kind of has like a plum undertone to it. And I want to put this underneath the lower lash line, just like this. This shade is really pretty because it's brown, but like I said, it kind of has a purpley tone to it, and I really like that. I just think it's a really beautiful shade, but I'm just gonna buff this under the lash line. I like this REPHR brush because it is like pointed. You can see it comes to a point, and it just makes getting right up on the lower lash line really nice and easy. Okay, we are going to do some shimmer sparkle shades on the lid. I am going to use like a glitter primer type of thing. You definitely don't have to, but I like to. I've really been enjoying using this KARLA Cosmetics Fix Potion. So there's a little bit in the cap. I'm just going to take like just the tiniest amount. I'm going to put it on the lid, but let me go ahead and tell you what shades we're going to put on the lid. I'm going to go in with this shade right here, Exposed, this more like green tone shimmer. And then this seems to be like a gold with a little bit of a green to it as well. This is the shade Nude. But first I'm going to go in with the shade Exposed. So I'm just picking up a little bit of that Fix Potion, and I'm just tapping it on the lid. I've just really been enjoying this. I think it makes like shimmer shades pop a bit more. It's kind of fun. So I'm going to take my BK Beauty 203. I'm going into Exposed with this brush, and I'm going to press it on the outer half of the lid. So I'm going to press, and then I'll go back and blend in a minute. Right now, I just want to get the shadow down on top of that glitter primer. Then I'm going to swap over to my REPHR 02 brush. I'm going to go into that shade Nude, and I'm going to put it right here. This shade, Nude, I think it pulls like a little bit of a green undertone next to the olive shades, but I think if you were to pair it with the browns, you won't notice that green to it that you're seeing now. I think whatever kind of you set it beside, it's gonna pull that way, if that makes sense. But this is beautiful. I'm just going in and blending now. Gonna go back with my brushes and just blend, make sure I don't lose any of the pigment in the mattes. Like I said, we can put down shades, blend, put down shades, blend. I'm not worried about it. We can always go back and blend in a second, but I do want to highlight the inner corner. What I'm going to use to highlight the inner corner, ooh, I have so many options. I'm going to go in with Naked Eye, this one right up here. This one looks so beautiful. Oh, it's so sparkly. And this is a BK Beauty A504. This was from the collab they did with Angie Hot and Flashy. But I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm going to put the shimmers down over here. I'm going to blend a little bit, and I will be back to show you the finished look, and we'll kind of talk about my thoughts on this palette now that I've used it more than once. Alright y'all, my look is complete. I put on some black liner and some lily lashes in the style Goddess. I will link all of that down below. I'll link all the makeup that's on my face just in case you are curious about anything. It'll all be down in the description box. But this palette is absolutely beautiful. The mattes perform amazingly. They're pigmented, they're easy to blend. I've been like layering them on top of each other. They still work well. I really, really like that. The shimmers are very sparkly, very impactful. So I really, really, really like this palette. I'm excited to keep using it. I'm excited to keep playing with it because I think it's just so, so beautiful. I really like that we have kind of pinky tones, olive tones. We have some cool tones. I just think this is really, really fun. And even though it is neutral, of course, it is very like versatile. So you're still going to be able to get a bunch of different looks. You're not just going to get the same look over and over and over again, which is really nice. I love this formula. I love this format. I really, really like this palette. I think it's so, so beautiful. So again, I will put the link for the restock down below in the description box. But let me know, did you like this video? Did you shop your stash? Did you get ready alongside me? I would love to know. I always love talking to y'all in the comments, hearing what you have to say. But I had fun playing with this palette. Thank you for watching. I hope you will subscribe because I have lots of new videos planned, lots of new videos coming. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.